Ladies and gentlemen, it's your guy with a tie, and in this video we are actually going to be going over a strat that is completely obscene. This should be removed from the game, and I really hope one of the developers end up seeing this video. If any of you guys know a developer, make sure you send this their way. I will be putting this in the Contractor's Discord, mainly just because this strategy has been around since the early beta, but it used to not be nearly this bad because very few people knew about it. But now it seems like a lot more people are doing it, and we got to do something to fix it. So there will be timestamps at the bottom. At the end of this video, I'll give my opinion on how we might be able to fix this. But in the meantime, what's more important is how to counter it. So first, let's go over what the strategy is. Now, I did post a video a little while back called Cheese Strategy, but it wasn't nearly as bad as this. So in this strategy, instead of just using the zone and trying to outlast at the very end, in this strategy, we're going to be in the zone for the entire game. We're going to land our outside of zone. We're going to land in zone just to grab one money crate, and then we're going to be out of the zone literally for the rest of the game. 0 kills, 0 damage, 1 win, and this is consistent. This is the very first time I actually tried doing this strategy to this degree, and it worked. Like I said, I do not recommend doing this. It's an extremely boring way to play, but what you're going to end up using are these 3 perks to help you out. Mainly the Tough Guy perk. You are going to be going down at the very end of the last circle if there's another person doing the exact same strat as you, and by running the Tough Guy perk, it'll give you that much longer to stay alive when you go down, since your health is double. That does count while you're in the zone and the zone's ticking away at you. The medic perk, even though we're going to be playing solos, is extremely important because it reduces your syringe time by 30%, which is crucial in those final circles. And just to top it off, since we're not going to be running into anybody, we are going to be using the stimulation perk just to give us that extra 20% movement speed so we can loot that much faster while we run around in the zone. The way that you can combat this is to make sure you always have at least a 6 stack of syringes when you're going into that final circle, as well as a UAV. If you pop that UAV and no one's near you, they might have a counter UAV, but there's a good chance they might be doing this strat somewhere else on the map anywhere. And if that's the case, what you really should do is loot around. The second you find a bandage, wrap yourself up once that zone closes off, and then try your hardest to make your 6 syringes last as long as you can. So essentially, if you have 2 bandages pop, hit your syringe, let it go, let it tick down to about 75%, and then immediately hit the next syringe because the circle hits super hard. Once you go down, pray that you have a self-revive, and you might be able to outlast the person doing the same strategy who's spending a whole bunch of money somewhere else to do the same thing. But at the end of the day, I just hope this gets patched out. So without any further ado, if you like this kind of content, click the like button, go ahead and subscribe, and let's roll the tape.
Y'all are gonna die. You're all gonna die.
Good luck, have fun. Alright, so what we're going to want to do is hit as many health boxes and loot boxes as possible. So we are going to go industry, but then we're going to run out of it. I'll hit the backside. So instead of going for like a gun crate or diamond crate, what we're going to focus on is money and health. Insurance is always nice, but realistically running the strat, buying anything more than basic doesn't make too much sense unless you're afraid you're going to mess up halfway through the strat or you wanted a backup. But I would prioritize making sure you have enough money to buy your syringes over that. Alright, money. We're just going to try to get everything. I'm going to fly it over to this building. Boom. Get a gun to protect ourselves. stack of ammo. Then we're going to hit this box, and then we're going to dip into the storm. Or ride the edge in what we feel are safe areas. Hold a grenade for now, just in case.
And so,
What we're going to do... Let's get rid of these. Put some of those on, and we're going to continue our search. Oh, larger backpack. And we don't even need a plate extension since, again, we're going to do everything we can not to push fights. Counter UAV is nice. Oh, I thought I bought... Okay, whatever. And as we continue to loot, we're just going to grab as many bandages as we can. And now we're going to speed loot the rest of this place in the zone. Meantime, we come across a bandage, we're going to pick one up and heal with it until we get enough syringes. And then we're just going to use the bandages as we come across them, but not carry any of them. Since we have the extension for that, we're going to switch to that. And we're looking for money. We already have a stack of grenades, so we can carry up to 3 of those. I saw one over there. It's not worth running up for, though. There's no money behind it. I'll put in my backpack for now, but again, I'm going to be rocking zone. I think we're actually going to come out of zone to buy a lot of our syringes, just because they'll be quite a bit cheaper. But then we're going to be going right back into zone, and yes, we'll pick this up, because you can have up to a 2 stack of them. Always pop these the second you see them. I don't think they're worth carrying, but they are worth popping when you find. Alright, so we're going to try to fly over to here to buy our stuff as it gets eaten by Circle. I don't know if we can get there in time. See if there's another plan. I should probably get to this one right here. You know what, we're just going to go for more money and pay the additional cost for the syringes. Because if we find enough in the zone and spend the time just searching versus trying to get out, it might actually be worth it. Yep, paid off. Alright, we're getting off track here. So we search it. Just gotta keep an eye on that health bar. Make sure it doesn't start dipping really fast when those bandages wear off.
Okay, the amount we can afford. We can afford 9 bandages. And then they will start to disappear if you just let them sit for too long. Gotta make sure you pick them up. We can do 3 more. Now we just hang out. Now I am going to make my way over to the next purple station, so I'm not just standing in one place, but you literally could just hang out here if you really wanted to. We do have enough for insurance, but it's like, why buy it? It might be getting to the point where bandages aren't enough to heal anymore. If that's the case, that's okay. We'll still use them to supplement. They heal, or at least slow down the dying. Let's see how many players are left. 17. So a lot of those bandages are starting to wear off now too, so my health is going to start ticking down a lot faster unless I find some. There's something to be mindful of. I'm gonna die messing with the fence. Jesus, that was close. Oh, damn, wasn't paying attention. But this is why we have the self-revive, as well as the tough guy, so we actually have quite a bit of time. Let that cook down a little bit so I have time, and then immediately pop. And now, it's just a game of popping these things. I wish I had to use that self-revive already. That's okay. I should be able to do this still. Really wish I had that self-revive syringe still. There you go. Cheesiest way to freaking win. 0 damage, 0 kills, 0 knocks. I feel like scum. You should feel like scum if you're watching this. I hope this is never a strat again. As you could see, that was absolutely ridiculous. We didn't see a single player, most boring gameplay ever. However, we ended up coming out of that with a dub just because we were able to out-syringe in the zone. Now, what I think should happen to fix this, because the gameplay is awesome and I love the way that the syringes work, one of the simplest fixes would be
the farther out from the zone you are, the more damage it does. So almost have like a fall off, to where if you're in the very center of the circle, it does the same amount of damage it's doing now, but increase the outer circle to where there is no way you can out syringe yourself like I was doing. The second thing they can do is make sure all the buy stations, instead of having unlimited, essentially, syringes you can buy, I would cap it at 10 or 15 syringes. That way, you can't just sit there and buy 30 or 40 of them from one vending machine. It's not a hard nerf, but it is a way to make anyone trying to do this strategy have to travel to more vending machines. And if this was in conjunction with the other fix, they won't be able to stay out of the zone and they'll have to move in closer and closer, just making the strat a lot less consistent. And the final thing we can do to fix this strategy, and this would be more of a hard nerf, is to make it to where if your character ever pops more than 5 or 6 syringes simultaneously, or more than, let's say, 20 syringes in the length of an entire game, their syringes only do half health from there on out, making it to where if you were doing this strategy, you couldn't do it from the very beginning, allowing a player to maybe run into the zone for a strategic advantage as long as they weren't trying to abuse it. Anyways, if you like this kind of content, my name is Mr. Ty. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on that bell icon. That way you get notified when I release more videos just like this. Until next time, see you in the next video.